or material goals. You have multiple roles in your life. What are the various roles you have in your life? Father. Okay. As a businessman, do you have your goals clear? Most of you. That's why you are successful, right? Right. But as a father, do you have your goals clear? To a certain extent. You have your goals clear, but are you doing something regarding achieving those goals? Trying to. Like Roshi Kumar Pandya, I don't know any of you have heard about him, he is one of the communication experts. From him I just extended that. For me, try is a 4-letter word. You know what's a 4-letter word? Right. If you don't know what's a 4-letter word, head over. All English words like starting with the appendix, so many things. So they call all the bird words as 4-letter word. So I used to say, try though it has only 3 letters, it's a 4-letter word for me. So he will say, like, you go to the airport, is this plane going to Bombay? Yes sir, this plane is trying to go to Bombay. Will you board that plane? No. Either it goes or it doesn't. Like that, either you do or you don't. There is nothing like trying. So first you have to realize, for balancing life, you have to balance the wheel of your life. These are the various roles you have. So you need to have goals for each role. Suppose you have this is your business. Whereas this is like this is like this, it's here, it's here. Suppose your wheel is like this. What will happen to the vehicle having that wheel? Huh? That's what is happening to many people. Like people are saying successful but empty inside. I mean, I haven't read what I am supposed to talk. Only after coming here I read it the book, because that was written without consulting me. Right. Anyway, I'll try to match it. So, why people are empty? Because you have only one role which you focus and you work out towards that and forget all other roles, but without realizing they are much more important. So if you want to be happy and if you want to be making people around you happy, then you need to be taking them into consideration in your goals. Like all of you I heard that more than 50% are from construction and other people are indirectly related to construction. That's what my friend told me when we were playing table tennis some time back. Right? So, like, do you communicate properly with your team if the project has to be completed on time? Yes, no? Yes. But how often do you communicate or consider home as a team? Do you ever take them into consideration in considering your goals? Whenever? So it occurs by default.
It doesn't.
It doesn't? Do you? Is it a dialogue or a monologue? No, informal or formal. So it's more a monologue, right? It's not sharing. You are giving. If you are giving, it's not sharing, right? Each and every word, if you understand, they have much deeper meaning than that. Anthony Robbins used to stress very much on words and the meanings of those words and how important they are, what kind of words you use Like whether it communicates outside or not, it communicates a lot inside you. So you need to be very careful. Like this morning again I was saying, most of the time, conversation between a husband and wife, have you ever listened? No. That's the problem, right? So, they keep on saying why? Because once they get the impression that you understand, they don't have to repeat. You don't give the impression that you have understood. You say, yes, yes, I understand. And the second time they repeat, you increase your tone of your voice. Does that mean you really understand? No. You want to put a full stop. So like, I don't know whether anybody talked about communication. They say only 30% of the communication is verbal, 70% is non-verbal, and even among 30%, only 7% is the meaning of the words. Rest 23% is tone of the word. So same thing you say, content, whereas 27% again is the tone. So that means we are focusing on only the 7%, that's the meaning of the words. It's a real conversation. How should it be? Any idea? Interact. There's only one point I stress here. Listen. So what is the indication that you are listening? Other person acknowledging. Okay, then. Understand? So, like the popular paradigm of listening with the intent to understand and listening with an intent to reply. So what is our listening most of the time? To reply. So, what happens? Do you allow the other person to finish? There is a small gap and then you reply, or while the other person is talking, you are cutting and replying. So most of the time the conversation is more like,
because we are able to understand what they want to say, so we are starting.
That's what you think, right? So you always like second guess what they are going to say. If I go a little deeper, there's an excellent book, I don't know whether Arnagari sir would have read it, by Anand Bhatnagar, Mastering the Mind Monkey. Okay, that's more for organizational. This thing, it's more like a transcript of a training. In the second chapter, he talks about content, context, concept. So there is a content, there is a context, there is a concept. I mean, it's not clear over there, I will probably come to that. Right. So, most of the time, you are operating from your preformed concepts. He is like this, she is going to ask only like this. If she is going to talk about my relatives, it will always be about complaining. If it is about her relatives, then it will be always different. So these are the concepts you have found, and you have not put them into test. Of course, they also operate under concepts. I am not talking everything they do is right or wrong, but I am talking about what is causing problem. So because you have pre-formed concepts are what we call prejudicial. You judge this is how it's going to be. But sometimes they might have changed the script, which you don't understand. Right? You have not understood the script is changed. That's when the problem starts. So, listening with an intent to understand, if there is a proper communication, it has to be a dialogue. Whereas here in this format, it is two monologues. Two people are talking alone. They are not making connections. That's why most of the time you don't understand. So does that make sense or not? Does that make sense? No. Huh? This what? No. What I am making doesn't make sense. What I am saying, right? So it's applicable almost to all the people. So hear them out once. They don't have too many things to talk. You just hear them out once, it's enough. After that, they don't have anything else to say. Like the popular joke. You have 5,000 friends on your Facebook list, probably so many people on your WhatsApp list. But if you're in the hospital in ICU, how many people are there? It's the family. Even friends are there, I have seen, but I see a lot of people with head injury who may have to stay in the hospital even for 3 to 6 months. So first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there are a lot of visitors. 4th week, probably everything comes down to a small this thing. Then after that, it's only the family, her wife or other people who have to stay there for about the rest of the 5 months. Other people, whenever it's convenient, they visit. But how much importance do we give to the family? You are saying, I'm doing everything for you. Right? I have given you the checkbook, I have given you this, etc. But have you given your time? Have you given your concern? Like most of the people, ladies especially when they come, the main complaint is he doesn't come home, whenever he gets some spare time, he spends it with his friends. Right? So if he has to spend most of his time with his friend, why should he marry me? So there's a lot of difference in the way people expect, react, emote in different ways. So first you need to understand, establish contact, connection. Once you make the understanding, the trust factor comes in, then everything else is taken care of. So once people at home trust, yes, this is being done for me, this is why this is being done, yes, I have understood. I have understood the nature of his work, I have understood the nature of things that he is going through. Yes, this is the growing phase, so time for him to spend more in work is important. Once they understand that, then things become much more easier. But in order to do that, you have to take home as a team, you need to discuss, establish things, probably convince them, use your sales skills as well. Sales is not just selling something, even selling ideas. So you need to convince the other person. You need to sell the idea that your work is important at this stage, you are in your early 30s or late 20s, so you need to probably concentrate more at work. So only if I can do that, I can establish in my profession, all that. If you can convince, then probably the disturbances may not be there. Coming back to concentration. Can you just click the first one? Yeah. This. Okay. Have any of you gone through this earlier? No, right. Then it makes easier. How many of you know that I am a hypnotist? If you don't know, okay, I am one of the hypnotherapists and I use a lot of hypnosis. So I am going to hypnotize all of you informally. So what you have to do is, all of you are basically engineers, right? Or in sales, so maths should be relatively easy. Take a two-digit number, say for example 87. Any of the two-digit numbers from 10 to 99 you can choose, right? Suppose for instance we will make the calculation easier. If you are taking 73, you add 7 and 3, 10. Minus 10 from 73, so there is a symbol at 63. 63 is the end point. You just choose the symbol. You can note it down in your notebook. Are you clear about the steps? Step number 1, choose a two-digit number. Step number 2, add the 2 digits. Step number 3, deduct that from the original number. Step number 4, go to that number and look at the symbol and note it down in your book. Everybody have done that? Okay, done? Please click on that balloon. So have everybody get the same symbol?
Yes.
Right. You want to try one more time? See, change a different number? Try a different number this time.
Same discovery.
Take a different number, try.
What's different one? Now it is a different one.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Take a different number and try.
Symbol change for the respective numbers.
Yes. Now take a different number and try, that's what I'm saying. Still I am able to bring the same symbol for everybody, that's what I want. So am I able to hypnotize you? Right. Okay. I thought as people with mathematical background you might understand easier. Okay. So whenever you add the numbers and deduct it from the original number, the end point will always be 9. 9 or multiples of 9. Okay, so only those numbers, if you look at 9 and multiples of 9, the symbol will be the same. That's how they have made it. Right? So this I just wanted to use it for something. Okay. So what was the feeling before you understood the principle behind it? There was an aha experience. Once you understand, so once you understand the pattern, then it becomes simple. So everything is complex until you understand the pattern behind it. Once you understand the pattern, then everything is simple. So if you think anything is complex, that means you are missing the pattern. Okay? So whatever you think is complex is not really complex. That means you have not understood. Like one person defined confusion. What is confusion? Ambiguity, not clear. So there's an author called Henry Miller. He said that confusion is a word we invented for an order that's not understood yet. So as long as you don't understand, it's confusion. The moment you understand, it's not confusion anymore. That means if you are confused about something, something is complex, that means you have not understood. So try to understand the pattern, see what you are missing or what you are misunderstanding, then you will be able to make it easier. So what's difficult, until you learn, then it becomes easy. So somebody talked about concentration. Why is concentration difficult? Like students who come and ask me, sir, I am not able to concentrate in the class at all. Right, what was the last movie you went? Okay. What's the story? He is able to say it for 3 hours. Even the director won't be able to narrate it that much. Scriptwriter won't be able to narrate it that much. So somebody who says I am not able to concentrate in the class for 2 minutes is able to concentrate in the movie for 2 hours. So where is the